Let's take it across to our guest now. Joining us, Rohan Gupta is BJP's national spokesperson. Tushar Gupta is a political analyst. Joining us, Abhijit Iyer Mitra is senior fellow at the IPCS. With us here in the studio is Ashwini Kumar Mishra, Congress leader. Also with us is Advocate Sheikh Amir, another Congress leader. Let me start with you first, Ashwini Kumar Mishra. And let me begin by asking you, what explains that dithering? What explains that, almost like a table tennis maneuver between those two mics that was going on between the two Congress leaders on the dais? Why this hesitation?
There is no hesitation. It is government of India. It is the central government which is to decide what is an enemy state.
You can question the center. I'm
state.
saying what explains this mic exchange? You're seeing it on your screens. Is this what you normally see in every press conference? No. So what explains this?
When you ask a question, about the enemy state, this is a stand opposition cannot take, and opposition has to speak responsibly, unlike another Shah of Madhya Pradesh who can speak any rubbish about our army personnel.
That is a condemnable, I'm telling you right now, that's a condemnable statement. The courts have in fact adjudicated on it.
And
I think one second, just hear me out. I think the courts have made it very clear what the position is, and in the court of public opinion also those statements will be judged in a similar light. I am asking you a simple question as to why there is this kind of passing the parcel happening between mics. This is not what happens in any political party in the normal course, and if you've actually come out to condemn the role of China, for instance, in the past, you've said action should be taken on Pakistan, then why does it take, so much of courage or hesitation or whatever you may call it to come out and condemn Turkey?
We are saying action should be taken anyone who's against India, be it any country, be it China, and if really government has the courage, why don't you declare Turkey as an enemy state and everyone will stand behind you? We have told clearly, it starts still that we are with the government. We will support government in all aspects of its decisions. This is not the time of Bharatiya Janata Party or Congress. This is an war sort of situation we are in, and we will support in all kind of calls you take.
Okay.
Why government is shying away and not closing down their embassy? Why government is shying away not closing down China's embassy? Because these are the two people who have supported Pakistan at a time when we were fighting them. So this is government responsibility to take on Turkey, not opposition. Opposition always told we are standing behind the government decision for the national interest. BJP should not shy away, and BJP should tell.
Well, to the best of my memory, even after the 71 war, the embassy was not closed down. But nevertheless, Rohan Gupta, question to you coming in from Ashwini over here. Ashwini says, why don't you declare Turkey as an enemy state if you really want to take action against it? Respond to him, please.
Madhav, this is about the mindset of Congress party. When something happened to Hindus in Bangladesh, they were keeping mum. And same time when something was happening in Palestine, all the Congress leaders were coming out in open and questioning Israel and US and all this. So it is all about mindset, about the appeasement mindset. It's not about government or it's about political. We are talking about political party. If you see the Congress, two main people from media department, the way they were shying away, it clearly shows their appeasement mindset. Why can't you even speak about it? It's not about action, it's about speaking against Turkey. We know that Turkey has supported Pakistan at a crucial time when we wanted the support most, and across the world only two countries didn't stand by India. And still they are not able to utter even a word against Turkey. We don't expect anything from opposition parties, at least utter a word. As far as government is concerned, obviously you have to be responsible. Whatever action you take, you have to deliberate all the actions, and definitely this is not the government which will keep mum. I never spoke in between you. Please let me complete.
Nobody interrupted you.
No, please don't
let him make his point. Yeah.
Mr. Ashwini, I never spoke. So my point here is, Madhav, as a government, whatever step you take, you have to, as you have rightly told, even in 1971, embassy was not closed. So the government is definitely going to take actions, but it has to be in a diplomatic way. But as a political party, if you are not ready to utter a single word in a press conference, what does it speak? It speaks about your mindset. And that is the main core reason why Congress party has completely lost trust of the country. Even at the worst time, they have been questioning government rather than questioning Pakistan or this thing. They are questioning Modi government. What more you can expect from them?
I'm again repeating, it is government responsibility to take decision on a Turkey, whether it's an enemy state or not. And show me the conference or press conference done by Bharatiya Janata Party where they have condemned Turkey and where they have taken a decision on boycott Turkey. It is a question. It is not a political question, is what I'm telling. It is a question for the government to tell which is an enemy state, which is not.
One second. Are you aware the government has revoked the security clearance of a Turkish company today?
They did.
That is a government action, is it not?
That is not the government response. Government response should be
that is not a government response.
With China, we are having 116 billion deficit. We are doing
One second. What is the Bureau of Civil Aviation Security? It's a private body.
It's not a private body.
It's a part of the government.
See,
it's under the Ministry of Civil Aviation.
Madhav,
it handles security at airports.
I'm repeating like a parrot from the day one when this whole issue started. We told that we are with the government decisions. We are with the government. All the decision government will take for the national interest. We are with government. It is government to decide whether Turkey is an enemy state or not. Why that question is being asked to the Congress party? That question should be asked to the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Declaring a country as an enemy state has multiple legal implications. To the best of my knowledge, One second. Citizens boycotting or reducing trade levels, etc. Those are completely different considerations. When you declare a country an enemy state, you're literally declaring going to war with them. Am I right or not, Abhijit?
100%. Look, there's this thing. What is sauce for the goose, sauce for the gander? It doesn't apply. We're talking about Indian food, Indian Chinese food, whatever, right? You have chicken Manchurian, you have paneer Manchurian. Have you ever seen mutton Manchurian at any restaurant menu? Nahin, na? You can't deal with everyone the same way. The USSR used to be a very major sponsor of terrorism against the West. Did you ever see NATO go after the USSR or the Warsaw Pact countries, Madhav? You can't have the same approach to everyone. You play to your own strengths. Now, one very insidious thing we're seeing from the opposition is they've got two factions out there. One will say de-escalate now. The other will say, there is some folk singer who comes out and says, oh, de-escalate kar diya, kair ho, this and that nonsense. They run with the foxes and hunt with the hounds. This is the classic case. The opposition today is behaving exactly like Pakistan. We are the biggest victims of terror. We are also the biggest perpetrators of terror. This is not the way you run policy. This is not the way you run policy.
Okay. Sheikh Ahmed, let me bring in Sheikh Ahmed on that. Sheikh Ahmed, a simple statement of the Turkey Foreign Ministry I'm reading out now. They have said that India's retaliatory measures when we were responding to terrorism, they have said that it risked triggering an all-out war, placing the responsibility squarely on India. Came out very strongly backing Pakistan. For a country like that, it's one thing to declare it as an enemy state, etc., as has been, said by Ashwini. But at the very least, why should we be enriching them with our business and our trade is a question that comes to the mind of many Indians today.
Yes, Madhav, when you say we, who is this we? Who should be deciding?
Indians.
Yeah, when you say Indians, it's the government of India who should decide how to deal with Turkey. But as a foreign policy, when during the war, before the war, when Pahalgam attack happened, and on your debate, when I was talking about there should be a dialogue, and everybody jumped to criticize me. Why dialogue? Why negotiate with Pakistan? But what happened after Trump came? Suddenly Trump came, he decided the ceasefire. Now you're talking about Turkey. Let the government of India take step. We have our leader has already decided that we are with the government of India. Whatever step they take, when they were going war with Pakistan, we were with the government of India. So if Turkey has earlier they have sided with Pakistan. Not first time they have sided with Pakistan. Let government of India take action diplomatically, whatever way they want. We are with them.
Yeah, but the point is, why dither so much in actually saying that even that could have been stated, but that was not stated. There was mic passing happening repeatedly. And for your kind information, sir, the government of India has clarified that Trump did not, in fact, plan any ceasefire. At the moment, there's no ceasefire. It is just a cessation of firing or a stoppage of firing. And it's a DGMO of Pakistan who called the Indian DGMO. There is no such other conversation that has happened, as has been suggested between the two governments at the level of foreign minister, prime minister, so on and so forth, between India and Pakistan. Let me bring in Tushar Gupta, one by one, please, one by one. Tushar Gupta, you want to respond to Sheikh Ahmed? Because he says, I said that you have to have dialogue, and then you criticize me, now you are having dialogue.
Good evening, Madhav. Let's not beat around the bush. That's a two-word answer as to why the Congress can't say anything: minority appeasement. The Congress, the line it toes now is the minority line. Whatever they say, however they act, whatever policy they approve or disapprove, it's all guided by their interest in the minority vote. I have no qualms in saying that, and that's all right. If Congress wants to work that way, act that way, that's perfectly all right. Now, Congress has an office in Turkey since 2019. Turkey took an anti-India stance after the revocation of Article 370. What is the Congress office still doing there? Why is the Congress office still there? And Madhav, let me be very clear on another thing. there is no political bipartisanship in this country on the issue of Operation Sindoor. Let's not kid ourselves into believing that all the national parties, all the regional parties are on the same page when it comes to Pakistan. Their leaders say one thing before the cameras, their IT cells say something else. In a campaign rally, they'll say something else. Just today, Rahul Gandhi was saying that every time the Prime Minister wants to distract the nation, he talks about Pakistan. Pahalgam was a distraction. Operation Sindoor was a distraction. Look, the regional parties now need to really understand where their interests lie. Are they going to align themselves with the national interest or not? Because Congress, sure as hell, is not going to. Congress's idea is very clear. Wherever the minority vote goes, there the Congress goes. What about the regional parties? It's a question that must be asked, Madhav. There is absolutely no political bipartisanship in this country on the issue of Pakistan, even today.
Okay, let me bring in Sheikh Amir again on that. Many hands going up, one by one, please. Sheikh Amir, I'm just going to read out 3 quick sentences. In 2018, this is what Turkey said when it comes to Pakistan on Kashmir. The Turkish foreign minister stated at UN, we stand with Pakistan and try to make it successful. In 2019, Prime Minister Modi had to cancel his official visit to Turkey following Ankara's strong backing of Pakistan after the abrogation of Article 370. In 2020, Erdogan raised the Kashmir issue at UNGA, calling it still a burning issue. Given the pattern that Turkey has had, it's not just today. There has been a pattern of backing Pakistan, but during a military conflict, it's one thing to sell arms, but during a military conflict, when that country comes out and backs Pakistan, isn't this a moment for bipartisanship? Why did that at even such a moment is a question that is being posed by Tushar.
You should ask questions to Narendra Modi. Even in 2023, he met Erdogan in around when G20 was going on. And in 2015, Modi ji went to Turkey. And before that, Turkey has openly, actually, they said they side with Pakistan. But the unfortunate thing is that you are deciding the foreign policy on your debate. These people who call themselves as political analysts, their only job is to bash Congress. They say that Congress is appeasing minority and relating Pahalgam attack and...
No, just as you are bashing the BJP, they have an opposing point of view as you. You're free to bash the BJP, you're bashing the Prime Minister, and they will very much bash Congress party and Rahul Gandhi. That's how debates work, in case you didn't realize it, Sheikh Amir. And mind you, I'm saying exactly this, despite the fact that India reached out to Turkey. There was Operation Dost that actually helped them out in a time of natural disaster. Despite all of that, Turkey has done this. And that is exactly the question that is being asked. In a situation like this, why is it still so difficult to come out and condemn Turkey, Sheikh Amir?
You are not asking question to spokesperson of government of Turkey. I'm saying what is government doing?
Sir, I'm asking you as a person who believes in the ideology of the Congress party, why is it so difficult to come out and openly say so? Why are we seeing this dithering on part of the 2 leaders on stage over there?
I am saying government of India must take very diplomatically. They should take steps. As far as the government is concerned, they know how to do it. We are nobody.
Yes, and they've started doing it. Mind you, we have seen the BCA's action. All right, let me bring back Tushar into this. Tushar, it's for the government of the day to take action, not us. Again, the same argument coming in from the side of the Congress party.
No, when the government takes action, why do they start crying de-escalation on social media? On the night of May 8th, when the government and the forces were taking retaliatory action against Pakistan, why was the same gang crying, literally crying, Madhav, for de-escalation?
Nobody was crying.
Should I play the video of
Everyone
Rahul
was
Gandhi
crying. We've seen the social media.
Nobody was crying.
Should I play the
Shall I play
video
to you
of
what
Rahul
the
Gandhi,
Congress
what he
IT
said
cell
on the
has
same day
posted
that
today?
we are totally in support of the government?
Madhav, you know what the Congress IT cell has posted today? Rahul Gandhi is fire, Modi is ceasefire.
Yes.
So
is it not what happened? Did we not do the ceasefire? That we don't know whether it was forced by Donald Trump.
Exactly, and you're proving my point. There is no political bipartisanship in this country on the issue of Pakistan.
One by one. Abhijit, I want Abhijit to come in on this.
Give me 20 seconds.
See, this is a game that the Congress party is known to play. They keep doing this every single time with everyone. Do you remember the deal they signed with China? To date, we don't know what that deal is. Fine, it is the government's reaction. It is the government's onus to do what it wants on China. Fine, that they are meant to take action. But you went and signed a deal with the Chinese when that thing was happening. You went and when the action was happening in Doklam, your leader goes and sits and has lunch with the Chinese ambassador. The question is being asked of the Congress party not in its position as the former ruler of this country. It is being asked as the Congress party itself. And what is the Congress party saying right now? Well, we are not the government. We accept you are not the government. We are not asking you about your position as being ex-government. We are asking you about your position because it crucially decides who should you even be in government the next time. So notice, even on this program...
Respond to that, Ashwini, because see, as a national political party, people expect that there will be a certain position that will be taken on certain national issues. When you don't take a position, that is bound to raise questions, sir, as far as the public person. Leave aside what BJP is saying. They are biased politically, that's your argument, I can take that argument. But what about in the court of public opinion?
No. So we had taken our position 8 days back when we supported government unconditionally. Why that question being asked again and again?
This question is on Turkey,
yeah,
sir.
Now I'm asking you on the Turkey itself, I'm asking you, who started Operation Dost in 2023 with Turkey? In spite of the statements, in spite of the incident, you listed down who started the Operation Dost with 2023 in Turkey.
You're saying we should not have sent humanitarian aid. Is that your argument?
So send the humanitarian
is that your argument?
Send the humanitarian aid to Pakistan also, which we have bombed, right? That's what telling. So you're telling Turkey is an enemy, Pakistan is an enemy.
It's a natural disaster. There was no such support during a time of war.
See,
that has happened now, which is why. No, 1 second, Ashwini, please. I think you're making things too simple. The point is now at a time of war when they've come out to support Pakistan, now is the time to take action. Now is when people are angry with them.
Who's stopping government to take action? Is it Donald Trump? And by the way,
so why did you demand that action?
An FYI, Mr. Adani has confirmed he is going to do a lot of investment in Azerbaijan. So I think now the debate is only on the Turkey and not on the Azerbaijan, because we know that we want to...
That question will be asked.
That's exactly the whole point.
But the point is, make a statement, take a stand. That's the question that many will ask you. All right. Yeah, in fact, several in the opposition like RJD have taken that stand. But let me quickly bring in some breaking news coming in. There's in fact a series of breaking updates that we have coming in at the moment. And in fact, it's all in relation to the subject that we are discussing. The first is the formal tie-up with Chelby Aviation, or Chelby Aviation as it's called, has now in fact been announced by the Delhi airport. It has snapped ties with Chelby. This is the latest in a statement confirming that the airport has formally ended its association with the entities responsible for ground handling and cargo operations at the Indira Gandhi International Airport. Let's go across to Hina for more on this. We also have Sabyasachi and Arunil joining us very shortly. Hina, this is very, very significant because the Delhi airport has confirmed that it's revoking this particular aspect after the security clearance for Chelby was withdrawn by BCS.
Well, that's right, Madhav. We know Chelby as a company provides ground handling services, cargo services to 9 airports across the country. Today evening, Bureau of Civil Aviation Security cancelled the security clearance that was given to Chelby, and following that particular order in the national security interest, we have seen reaction coming in from the Delhi airport, the Indira Gandhi International Airport, and we have got to know that they have decided to sever all ties with Chelby. As far as Delhi airport is concerned, Madhav, Chelby was responsible for ground handling as well as cargo operations at Indira Gandhi International Airport, and with immediate effect they have severed the ties, which simply means that Chelby as a company is not going to be responsible for ground handling.
Absolutely.
As well
Delhi
as
where they're handling cargo as well as ground handling, and the total of 9 airports where they're doing the ground handling in India, which means another 8 airports. There's some more breaking news coming in. In fact, Chelby has now issued a statement where they claim that they are not a Turkish organization and adhere fully to globally accepted practices of corporate governance, transparency and neutrality, with no political affiliations or link to any foreign government or individuals. They also claim that the firm categorically rejects a false claim propagated about Sumaya Erdogan, the daughter, being a part owner of this company anywhere. Hina, this is very, very serious because they are saying we are not a Turkish company, we are owned by various foreign entities, but the point is the basic company, the original company Chelby is something that's very much started in Turkey.
Well, that's right. And facing the heat here in India, now Chelby has issued a big statement wherein it has called all the allegations against it false and fabricated. In fact, Chelby, as you correctly mentioned, Madhav, has made it very clear that it is not a Turkish organization by any standard. It is trying to suggest that it adheres, fully to the global accepted practices. Apart from that, it has also said that the enterprise of Chelby that is, running in India, it is fully managed by Indians here. It is vetted by Indian authorities. It is audited by Indian authorities from time to time, and that's the reason why it is incorrect to consider it as a Turkish company. A big statement they're coming in, but perhaps a bit too late because the decision has already been taken.
Stay with us, let me quickly bring in Abhijit Iyer Mitra, because Abhijit Iyer Mitra, yesterday on the show you had mentioned the link of Erdogan's daughter to this particular company. That's being categorically denied. And they're also saying we're not a Turkish company because we have various investors from different parts of the world who've invested in Chelby, India. Your response to what's being stated there by the company?
Absolutely, Madhav. Let me just read out what exactly they've said. Additionally, we categorically reject another fake claim being propagated around Ms. Sumaya Erdogan. Ms. Sumaya Erdogan's daughter being a part owner. They don't say Sumaya Erdogan. If you bring up the statement, I've tweeted it out, I've marked it also. Additionally, we categorically reject another false claim being propagated around Ms. Sumaya Erdogan's daughter being a part owner. They refuse to answer about Sumaya Erdogan. Who has made the claim about Sumaya Erdogan's daughter? Nobody has. And notice they are not answering who holds all the shell corporations and the institutional investors. See, when you say that you are global, you are not Turkish owned, then how are you taking responsibility for the ownership of all the shell holdings and the institutional investors? Have you audited them? Do you know their share list? So this is a classic case. They can't even draft a statement properly, yaar. If they can't draft a statement, if they don't know the difference between Sumaya Erdogan and her daughter, how are they qualified to be running cargo operations at an airport?
Well, serious questions there indeed, but there's some more breaking news coming in. Let's quickly put out that information. It's the Civil Aviation Ministry that's issued a statement confirming that the Bureau of Civil Aviation Security has revoked the security clearance of Messrs. Chelby and associated companies on grounds related to national security. The statement says that the Union Minister of Civil Aviation has made it clear that nothing is above the security of our nation and our fellow citizens. National interest and public safety are paramount and non-negotiable. Let's quickly take this across to our reporter on ground. We have Sabyasachi joining us. Sabyasachi, very, very significant. Will this impact on the services on ground is a very big question. The government statement says that arrangements have been made that it does not impact on either the cargo or even the civilians who are flying in and out of Delhi.
Well, that's right. See, both the Ministry and Delhi International Airport Limited have put out a statement stating that the arrangements are being made. Now the existing carriers are being used. Now the government and the DIAL very categorically said that people who are associated with Chelby would not be affected and their jobs would not be lost. They would be transferred to the existing companies that are currently working at the Delhi International Airport and other airports in the country, and it should be done immediately. So big assurance coming in from the Ministry and the Delhi International Airport Limited, giving assurance to the thousands of people who have been working in Chelby, but a very
All right, stay with us, Sabyasachi, because there's another statement coming in. This time it's from Indigo, which has put out a statement saying that the ongoing air traffic between India and Turkey needs to be viewed in the context of the air services agreement between the two countries and the overall construct of international air services to and from India. They say that this Turkey-India ASA allows carriers of both countries to operate a total of 56 flights per week between India and Turkey, and also, of course, talk about how this benefits Indian customers and passengers as far as prices are concerned, Sabya.
Well, that's right. The statement that has come in shows that the agreement agreement between the Turkish Airlines and Indigo benefited the passengers here in India and connected to the smaller towns to US and Europe with just 2 stoppage. And post-COVID, as the airlines fare was continuously rising, the agreement between Turkish Airlines and Indigo has provided a platform for the passengers who are traveling from India. Now, clearly this shows the stand of Indigo right now, where they have put out...
And this is where it becomes very important, because you have Indigo's statement which is directly against what's being stated at this point of time, or at least the sentiment that has been expressed by a number of trade bodies across India about boycotting trade there with Turkey. Thanks so much, Sabya, for those updates. Let me quickly take this back to Advocate Sheikh Amir. Advocate Sheikh Amir, you will say that it's up to the government to decide, but this is where the role of the opposition also becomes extremely important at a time of crisis. If there was a clear signal from the opposition that yes, this is unacceptable to do trade with Turkey, then perhaps you won't have companies which are openly defying what appears to be the public sentiment, even if you look at the large number of statements that have come in from different trade bodies across the country today. Sheikh Amir.
Madhav, in simple words, I would say that we will not tolerate any nation, individual or organization interfering or going against the sovereignty, integrity and unity of India. And when Turkey has done this, we should not tolerate this, because anything which encroaches upon our sovereignty, we should not tolerate that.
Sir, I'm so glad that you have stated as much today, Sheikh Amir. Simple question I was asking is, why could the leaders not have said as much in the press conference? One line is all that needed to be said, and this entire controversy would have been avoided if what you are saying today had actually been said from the dais of the Congress party.
No, the Congress leaders would not say that. You are saying that the line you want, what you are expecting...
forget the line I want. You just said it. You just said it. Forget it being my line or the BJP's line. You just stated it, sir. You just stated it. Abhijit wants to respond to. Yes, Abhijit.
Sheikh Amir is going on shifting goalposts. Sheikh Amir, you're the same person that called for the execution of Salwan Momika, no? Are you the same person?
What did I say? Again, you are misinterpreting whatever I am saying. Did you call for the
beheading of Salwan Momika, the Swedish guy who was finally beheaded, yes or no? Were you the one who went and said we don't want tourism in Kashmir and tourism is colonialization? Yes or no?
Yes, if I am blamed.
So does the Congress support your position?
Kashmiris are blamed.
Is it the Congress position?
That Kashmiris are crying.
Is that the Congress position? Is that the Congress position that Salwan Momika should be beheaded?
I think we're going in a completely different direction. We are discussing a very important national issue, gentlemen. There are different points of view. We have to come to terms with them. Some statements are completely unpalatable, but for the moment, requesting you, we have some more breaking news coming in, and this is a big one coming in from Mumbai Airport. This is a media statement that has been put out by the Adani Airport Holdings, and it says that our association with Dragon Pass, which provided access to airport lounges, has been terminated with immediate effect. Dragon Pass customers will no longer have access to lounges at Adani managed airports. This change will have no impact on the airport lounge and travel experience for other customers. Arunil is with us for more on this. Arunil, this is very important. Take us through the profile of this company, Dragon Pass. Where is it from and who will it impact?
Well, firstly, Madhav, Adani Airports has confirmed to us that they are doing it because of the prevailing situation in the country, keeping the national interest in mind and how basically China has been siding with the enemy country, that is Pakistan. Now, speaking about Dragon Pass as well, it is basically a Chinese-based company providing airport lounge access across the world. Recently, only an association, a tie-up had developed between Adani Airports, which manages as many as 7 airports across India, which includes airports in Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Guwahati, Lucknow, Jaipur and Tiruvananthapuram, and one more city in India. Basically, it is saying that we are ending our association with Dragon Pass immediately, and it is not going to
absolutely very big decision. Now China also action being taken against after Turkey. Very important update there, Arunil. Thanks so much for joining us with that. Would you like to come in on this, Ashwini Kumar Mishra? You were just asking for a statement from the Adanis, and they've done it. They've taken action against the Chinese company. Your response?
Why not on Azerbaijan? Azerbaijan also another country which we have been trending boycott Azerbaijan, and now suddenly focus change to Turkey only because Azerbaijan is invested by Adani. See, the whole point is that if you're really looking at the trade with the country, why don't we stop the trade with China in the first place?
You disagree with this decision? You want Dragon Pass should have continued?
No, I'm saying anyone who's against the nation we should not do trades with anyone who's against the nation. Let government
one by one,
make that
sir,
policy.
one by one. We've seen what's happened in the Delhi airport. We've seen what's happening in the Mumbai airport. Perhaps there'll be more decisions that would come in.
Perhaps I'm not denying that fact, but what I'm expecting from the government is that if you feel that someone is against the nation, take a harsh decision on that.
Okay.
Why you expect opposition to comment on that?
Rohan Gupta, I don't expect a comment on this. शायद अश्विनी मिश्रा जी की दिल की बात पूरी नहीं हुई.
They are not ready to even comment against Turkey, and they are expecting everything from others. Now you question them that there is action against Turkey, which you can see on your screen. Now he's asked, don't speak over. This is not the way, please. Let's do debate properly. So when you are asking questions on Turkey, then he's saying, why not Azerbaijan? Why not China? Why are you changing the goalpost? It is really shameful that you are not able to even comment against Turkey. Stick here. You have to comment. This is the public sentiment.
Who's shifting the
this
goalposts?
Government will definitely do action.
Let me debate.
Okay.
20 seconds.
Yeah.
Why are you not commenting on USA? Why are you not commenting on Donald Trump? Is America not selling weapons to Pakistan? Is America not? Are we not doing?
Tushar, quick closing comment from Tushar. Quick closing comment. Please unmute yourself, Tushar.
Madhav, they all talk about China. They all question us about China. But then they forget it was Huawei, which was banned by the same government. The government is not against the idea of taking action against China. But the day we banned Huawei, they were the ones who were crying that why do you need to ban a world-class company from 5G
All right. We'll have to leave it there. Heated debate indeed. A lot of news updates also coming up. I'd like to thank all of you, Rohan Gupta, Tushar Gupta, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, Ashwini Kumar Mishra and Advocate Sheikh Amir for joining us this evening.